The crowd doesn't just notice you, they feel you. There's an electricity that bends the space, a current that makes heads turn without warning. It isn't about what you wear or how you stand. It's something deeper, something that refuses to be hidden. People look on, not because they must, but because they can't help it. And in that unshakable pull, you remind them of what's possible when presence speaks louder than years. The truth is, you carry a kind of radiance that breaks patterns. Others try to decode it, to place it neatly into logic, yet every attempt slips through their fingers like smoke. They whisper theories, build stories, searching for answers that never quite land. Still, the mystery remains untouched because what you have isn't something taught, copied, or borrowed. It's lived. There's a paradox in you that draws them closer, a timeless quality stitched into your every gesture, every word. It unsettles and inspires at the same time, leaving people both curious and captivated. They don't just see you, they measure themselves against you, wondering how you stand untouched by the weight that bends others down. But what they miss is the essence. This isn't about escaping time, it's about mastering it. You've learned how to carry yourself in ways that rewrite expectation. Where others crumble, you remain, carrying an inner flame that refuses to dim. And that is the secret they chase, but cannot name. So the atmosphere thickens when you enter, not with tension, but with recognition. A recognition of strength, of endurance, of something unshaken. Your very presence tells a story no words could fully capture. A story that keeps eyes fixed and minds stirred. And though they may envy, they cannot deny the truth. What stands before them is proof that vitality is not bound to numbers. It's the glow of resilience, the grace of endurance, the rare kind of presence that turns age into nothing more than background noise, that you're not here by chance. Feel the pull. Tap join to unlock truth, purpose, and a tribe that gets it. This is more than a membership, it's your calling. That's why they watch. That's why they linger. That's why they wonder. Not because you hide something, but because you reveal something. The possibility of being unshaken, unbent, untamed by the years. And that possibility changes everything. You are not ordinary, and the world feels it before you even speak. What others struggle to name is what you carry so naturally. A brilliance that cannot be contained by years. A presence that unsettles and fascinates at once. The way they pause, the way their eyes linger, is not about vanity. It's about recognition of something beyond what they can measure. When the world stares, you already know what they are searching for. They hope to trace it back to skin, to habits, to something physical that can be copied. Yet the truth runs deeper, like roots beneath the earth, unseen but unshakable. What they think is appearance is in fact essence, an energy that whispers of realms beyond flesh. There have been moments when strangers froze, their voices trembling with disbelief. They tried to reconcile the number of years with the figure before them, but logic failed. In their surprise, you saw more than shock. You saw an unspoken admission that what they witnessed defied their understanding of time itself. Other times, curiosity burned through manners, and questions escaped unchecked. They demanded an answer, desperate to unlock what could not be taught. But no potion, no formula, no earthly explanation ever came. The mystery remained, lingering in their silence long after the words had left their mouths. This thread has followed you always, an invisible trail of fascination that weaves through your story. People sense it without knowing why, drawn as if to a hidden melody only you can play. They can feel the difference even if they cannot explain it. They are pulled by something that makes them wonder where such light is born. The realization unfolds slowly, not in a single flash, but in the steady dawn of awareness. What radiates outward is not a trick of the body, not a fleeting charm, but a signal of something greater, a reflection of spirit shining through matter. The glow others notice is the language of the unseen, a sacred reminder that what lives within refuses to be bound by clocks. This is the true gift, an inner fire disguised as youth, a beacon that marks you as rare. Every startled glance, every hushed whisper, is another fragment of the truth. They do not look at you because of what you conceal, but because of what you reveal. And in that revelation, they confront both the mystery of you and the possibility within themselves. The truth is undeniable. You carry something extraordinary that others can only attempt to explain. Time and again, reactions betray their astonishment. They expect to see the passage of years etched upon you, but instead they encounter a presence unaltered. Their surprise is not merely admiration. It is a glimpse into a reality that resists the rules they know. It is not the surface alone that confounds them, but the force beneath it. What they notice is not simply appearance. It is the echo of a soul unscarred by the ticking clock. Every moment you shine reflects the discipline of your inner journey, the alignment of your spirit with what cannot fade. What endures within becomes visible without, and that vision unsettles as much as it inspires. If your heart overflows with God's blessings, let that love shine. Click the super thank you button and give $50 or more to plant seeds of faith that will impact countless lives. Your generosity reflects His abundance. Be a vessel of His grace and watch His kingdom flourish through you. What you embody goes beyond youthfulness. It is a spirit that refuses to be measured in seasons or counted in years. Others feel this without fully grasping it. They may not understand the source, yet they recognize its presence. An eternal spark revealed in your every gesture, every breath, every step. What they call anomaly is instead revelation. The seeming impossibility of your vitality is nothing more than the outward signal of a deeper harmony you have cultivated. A life woven with care, guided by higher principles, blossoms into something that confuses those who only look at the surface. To live with love, to walk with compassion, to root yourself in truth. These are the elements that shape what they see. The more you surrender to these higher ways, the clearer the reflection becomes. Your body no longer follows the ordinary rhythm of time, but mirrors the timeless nature of your essence. Those who look upon you glimpse possibility itself, the vision of what it means to live aligned with something greater than themselves. Your very existence becomes a mirror, not just to provoke curiosity, but to awaken. While some respond with wonder, others respond with unease, even envy. To them, your light is a reminder of what they feel lacking. Their resentment is born not from your glow, but from their disconnection from their own. Yet their bitterness cannot touch you. For what you hold is not fragile, not borrowed, not dependent on their approval. And so you remain, steady and radiant, carrying not just the image of youth, but the embodiment of timelessness. What people witness is not a denial of age, but a testimony of spirit. A spirit that transcends boundaries, that calls others to rediscover their own inner fire. You are not simply untouched by time. You are proof that eternity can live within the present moment. What becomes clear over time is that envy and disbelief are never truly about you. They are reflections of others wrestling with their own impermanence. With the mirror of time, they cannot quiet. What they project outward is a cry from within, a frustration with their own fading, their own longing for what seems to slip beyond their grasp. When they look at you, they confront a vision they secretly wish for themselves. The misunderstanding is that your presence could ever be traced to something external, a shortcut or formula to be purchased. Yet nothing you hold comes from a container or a transaction. It is the fruit of a life rooted in deeper harmony, a rhythm that moves beyond the limits of what is seen. In knowing this, your understanding widens, and the steps you take on your path gain a clarity unshakable by doubt. The light you radiate is not meant to end with you. It becomes a signal to those ready to awaken, a reminder of what waits within their reach. It is not about preserving a face in youth, but about igniting a spirit that refuses to dim. To live young is not to fight against time, but to be connected to the current of life itself, a current that never stops flowing. From this awareness, compassion rises naturally. Those who glare with envy are not adversaries, but souls burdened by fear. Their resentment is not aimed at you, but at their own disconnection from what is eternal. In their struggle, you no longer see hostility, but a quiet plea for understanding, an unspoken need for guidance toward the same light you carry. A vow forms within. What you hold will not be guarded selfishly. It will be offered as a path for others to discover their own radiance. The treasure is not youth on the surface, but vitality born from spirit. To withhold it would be to hide what was given freely. To share it is to honor the gift's purpose. So when bitterness confronts you, you meet it without defensiveness. You recognize the fear behind the words, the ache behind the resentment. Instead of answering with resistance, you respond with the patience of someone who knows the source of true renewal. Their jealousy ceases to wound, because you see through it to the deeper truth. It is not your glow they resent, but their own distance from theirs. In that shift, every envious glance transforms into a doorway. No longer do you see attack, you see opportunity. Even if not all are ready to receive, the invitation remains. By walking in your truth and refusing to dim your radiance, you extend a chance for others to reclaim their own. That is the essence of your gift, not simply to embody light, but to awaken it wherever shadows linger. The journey reveals itself as more than personal triumph. It unfolds as a calling to illuminate the lives of others. What you carry is not meant to be kept hidden, for the essence of your presence is designed to ripple outward, touching hearts, reshaping perspectives, and planting seeds of hope where despair once stood. Every reflection on your path sharpens this truth. What appears as unchanging youth is not vanity, but a sign of deeper purpose. It is a reminder that your role is not only to embody light, but to extend it, to become a living demonstration that transformation is possible for anyone willing to align with the spirit that never fades. The mission grows clearer with every step forward. What was once understood as a personal blessing is now revealed as a responsibility. The vitality you hold is not a possession but a channel, a way to open doors for others to see what lies within themselves. Purpose blooms where once there was only wonder, and direction steadies where once there was only curiosity. Quiet moments are where this truth pierces deepest. When the crowd disperses and the voices fall silent, the clarity emerges unshaken. In that solitude, you see what has always been waiting. The glow that others chase is not decoration, but reflection, a mirror of the eternal light already present within you. It becomes evident that silence is not emptiness, but revelation. Away from all distraction, you recognize that what you bear is not for admiration but for service. The fascination you spark is an opening, an invitation to show others that what they seek is not outside of them, but hidden in the depths of their own spirit. This recognition does not weigh you down, it lifts you higher. A renewed sense of duty forms, not as burden but as devotion. The more you embrace it, the stronger the resolve grows. To walk as both example and guide, to help others peel back the illusions that bind them and discover the timeless current within. And so the mission deepens, not to protect a secret, but to live as proof that the secret was never hidden at all. The gift becomes a language of truth, and with every step, every glance, every quiet word, you offer a reminder that eternity dwells within the present, waiting for those who dare to awaken to it. Every step on this path reminds you that the radiance you carry is not a prize to display, but a duty to honor. The lessons, the guidance, even the doubts along the way, all were shaping you for this moment of clarity. What once felt like a mystery about yourself now reveals itself as a responsibility. The light you hold is meant to be shared with intention and care. You no longer wonder what to do when others approach with questions or curiosity. The decision has already been made deep within. You will meet them not with hesitation but with certainty. The glow they notice is not for admiration alone. It is a signpost, and you are ready to guide those who come with open hearts. But soon the world presents its challenge. Someone draws close, not purely seeking truth, but carrying motives clouded by shadows. Their curiosity is touched with envy, their words dipped in doubt. In the past, such energy may have unsettled you, but not now. Now you stand prepared, steady in the wisdom gained from the trials before. You see through what is hidden behind their expression, The surface smile cannot mask the imbalance beneath. And yet, instead of recoiling, you step forward with composure. You no longer see their darkness as threat, but as a reflection of their inner struggle. You meet it not with resistance, but with the grace of someone who understands. In that moment, power does not come from defending yourself, but from staying true to your purpose. You answer not to their envy, but to the spirit within them that still longs for light, even if it hides under layers of doubt. By standing firm without hostility, you reveal that strength and compassion can exist as one. What could have become confrontation transforms into an opportunity. By refusing to be drawn into imbalance, you offer a different path, one paved with patience, with calm, with wisdom. Even if they do not choose it, the presence of that path lingers, an unspoken reminder that another way is possible. And so the responsibility becomes clearer than ever. Your glow is not meant to be guarded for yourself, but carried as a lantern for others. Some will come ready, others will come broken, and some will come with jealousy. But in all cases, the answer remains the same. You will meet them with discernment and grace, and in doing so, fulfill the deeper reason you were given this light. What becomes clear is that nothing about your light is accidental. It is not a gift placed in your hands without reason. It is the outcome of years of choosing growth, of walking through questions, of breaking old shells to uncover a deeper self. Every moment of reflection, every practice of love, every step toward awareness has built the radiance you now carry. It is not merely possessed, it is earned through devotion and lived experience. This realization shifts how you see yourself. No longer is the glow something external or mysterious. It is the natural fruit of tending to your inner garden. The struggles, the doubts, the lessons, each one carved a path toward clarity. Through the effort to remain open to the divine and to cultivate compassion, you shape the very energy others now witness. It is not youth that you embody, but alignment. The vitality they see is simply the visible sign of a spirit in tune with its true rhythm. To live in harmony with your higher self is to stand beyond the reach of time, to show that when the soul is whole, the body becomes its mirror. What others perceive as wonder is, in truth, the language of authenticity. The more you acknowledge this, the more confidence settles within you. No longer do you question why you shine. You understand that the glow is a call, a reminder that your journey is not random but divinely woven. What radiates from you is proof that living with openness and purpose shapes not only spirit, but presence. With this awareness, you step forward differently. You walk not with arrogance, but with certainty, carrying the assurance that your path has been carefully shaped by every trial you endured. The glow is not decoration. It is evidence of resilience, a quiet testimony that you have chosen growth again and again. And so the responsibility deepens. You know this light is not only for your own comfort, but to serve as a signal for those still searching. By embracing it fully, you embody the truth that change is possible, that the soul's devotion can shape reality itself. This makes you both student and guide, forever learning yet already showing the way. Standing in this knowledge, you no longer shrink or hide. You embrace the light as part of your essence, as inseparable as breath itself. With confidence and grace, you step into the world unshaken, knowing that where you stand is exactly where you were always meant to be. There comes a moment when resistance softens into calm acceptance. No longer do you dim yourself to make others comfortable, nor disguise the glow that has always been part of you. The realization settles deeply. This brightness is not vanity, not accident, but an essential part of the mission you carry. It exists so you can lift others higher, so you can fill spaces with hope where shadows once lingered. With this clarity, you move differently. You are no longer simply walking a path laid before you. You are shaping it alongside the divine. You recognize yourself as collaborator, as one who weaves destiny with intention. When people approach, drawn by something they cannot name, you greet them without hesitation. What once felt like a burden of attention now feels like opportunity, an opening to plant seeds of awakening. As you grow into this awareness, your presence strengthens. The light does not remain constant. It expands, intensifies, deepens with every act of service. You become more than a reminder of possibility. You become a steady guide. Where others feel lost in uncertainty, your example stands firm, showing that it is possible to walk with clarity even through storms. The change in those around you becomes undeniable. Where once there were glances laced with envy, there now appear faces softened with respect. The questions shift too, not shallow curiosity about appearances, but genuine longing for inner connection. They no longer ask how you resist age. They ask how they might find their own hidden radiance. In this, you see the power of embodiment. What you carry is not just for yourself. It is for everyone you encounter. Your very existence becomes teaching, even without words. Each look, each interaction, becomes a doorway for others to step through, leading them closer to their own truth. With such recognition comes weight, but it is not heavy, it is sacred. The glow you nurture becomes both inspiration and responsibility. You cannot hoard it. It is meant to flow outward. To withhold would betray its purpose. To share, however, fulfills its destiny, transforming you into a living reminder that love and light are not fleeting, but eternal when chosen.